Hello everyone, welcome to another Autogefühl episode. Today we're gonna look at the new Volkswagen Golf Sportsvan. This is the successor of the Golf Plus, and this car, the Golf Sportsvan, appeals to a target group that needs a spacious and comfortable car. This might be for the Generation Silver or families who need a big spacious car to put in their pram, for example. With the new name comes also a new appeal of Volkswagen because it's called Sportsvan now. It has the sport in the name and they want to appeal to a much broader target group away from the a little bit boring image of the Golf Plus. And we will find out today if the image change by the new name is working and the car still delivers the space and comfort it promises. While driving, you notice immediately the very good sound isolation. This is definitely one of the calmest cars while driving I've ever experienced. Also, it is a very soft kind of driving. You don't get all the bumps of the road immediately into the back. You have a smooth ride, a comfortable ride, and a relaxing ride. Of course, the Golf Sportsvan, or SV, how they call it in Britain, is just a marketing trick. But it looks way better than the Golf Plus, which had a little clumsy appeal, I have to say. Now we're gonna have a closer look at what makes the Golf Sportsvan look different. The 3-string frame leads directly to the sharp edge of the headlight, which gives the whole front a dynamic look. Also important part of the new look are the cube-shaped headlights. I really like the B-color alloy wheels. Those are 17 inches, which have a elegant but also dynamic appeal to it, I think, especially with the shiny elements in here. The sideline is dominated by this chrome frame, which is wrapping the windows. And it also resembles a little bit to the Mercedes B-Class. Or what do you think? Do you also see this resemblance, for example, to the B-Class or the BMW Active Tourer? I think this shows how much competition there is in this very important market between the manufacturers, that they are all fighting in this segment, which is geared at the Generation Silver, or people who like more space and, more importantly, more comfort. The back is truly the weakest part in terms of design of this car. It reminds us a little bit of the back of the normal Golf, just blown up. But also you need this form to have enough space in the trunk. So let's have a look inside. So you see, there is a lot of space here, and if you want to do a picnic, you can also sit on the back, which I like to do when I go on travel with the car, for example. I like to sit here, eat something, but there's also enough space to fit a suitcase in here, travel bags. You can really remove the lid here if you want to, it's just attached here. And we have side spaces here in the back, so if you have something you want to keep really stuck here, there's something. And of course, to make the trunk bigger, you can take this off, take the lid off, and then you can put down the seats. But I recommend to do it from the front, because I tried this before, I showed it to you, and it was a little bit hard for me to do it from the back. So we'll show you how it works when we walk around. It would be nice if there were buttons to do it from the back, but you can only flip the middle seat from the back. You can put skiers in here, for example, but you can also, of course, turn the other seats. Therefore, you have to pull this string. I recommend holding the seat up there as well, because otherwise someone might get hurt. And the transition from the trunk to the flipped seats is almost all flat. Sitting in the back, the first thing you notice how much space there is for your legs. And I have very long legs, as you might have seen already. There is enough space between my knees and the front seat, which is in a middle position here. So a plus for the space on the legs. The space on the head is a little limited because of the panoramic roof, but there's still way enough space between my head and the roof. And I would always go for this panoramic view, especially when you sit in the back, because you have a better view out of there. Here, a nice feature is that you can put the window all the way down, which comes because of the height of the doors. This is a feature you don't find very often in back doors of cars, but it's quite comfortable. And I'm going to show you the secret in the back of this car, which is, ta-da, a holder for your drinks when you go on a long way, because I like to drink drinks in the cars, on the road, and when you go with many people, you also have it in the back. Starting at the trendline trim level, you can move the back seats 18 centimeters to the front or to the back again. It's not that easy to move the seat, but you can either move the single seat or the middle seat and the other seat at once. Probably the most important thing about this car, the seating position for the driver's seat. The first thing you notice that you have a little more upright seating position. It's a little bit like an SUV. You're not all that way up, but you can turn it higher than the usual car. You can pull out here the front of the seat to make it suitable for longer legs. And you can adjust the lower back support. And also the thing I like a lot is the massage function, which makes the back of the seat move in waves. And I have to say, I really like it, because that's what I'm missing in a lot of cars. Of course, this car doesn't have the emotional appeal of a sports car, but nevertheless, I can hardly find anything to criticize. I mean, look around. We're not in a premium car, but this interior surely has the premium appeal. Putting in the address, you notice that you have a very fast reaction time. I can very well imagine that a family goes on holiday with this car. From the comfort in the seats of the back to the space, all through to the modern design here in the front interior, you don't have to be afraid to feel old or boring, because this car really has a little bit more modern, dynamic appeal from the inside as well as the outside. So I think the concept of the Sportsvan works. For the launch of the model, There are 2 diesel engines and 4 petrol engines. Today we have driven the second strongest petrol engine with 125 horsepower. We were quite satisfied with this engine. It has enough power for this car, and while driving it was quite silent. We had a consumption of a little bit more than 6 liters, 6.5 liters, which is okay. By the way, another quality feature we see here is that the bonnet holds itself up and you don't need a separate stick to keep it stay. As a conclusion, I can say the name Sportsvan fits, even though it's not that much fun to drive fast corners with it, but this car is versatile as a van. So it's geared at families as well as the Generation Silver, but with a new sporty design, it also appeals younger people. So we can say this new sporty look has reached its target group, the young people as well. Thank you for watching Out of the Fuel. Give us thumbs up, and you might also be interested to see something about the new Polo, which I will link in the box below. Bye bye!